their problems head on last night. Down by one when Jason Worth delivered with 2 outs in the top of the ninth, setting the stage for an extra inning win. Desmond jacks one to left center. See you later. Grand slam. 6-2 Nationals. Tonight, the Rockies are in D.C. for the first of 4. Jordan Zimmermann puts his spotless home record on the line against one of the best hitting teams in baseball.
Washington Nationals baseball. Washington Nationals baseball.
It was a week ago today when the Nats left Colorado. The Rockies are here now. Washington trying to get back to the 500 mark. 18-13 at home. Davies Ball Club gets some home cooking 2 of the next 2.5 weeks, and that's a great feeling for all of us. Bob and FP, so glad to be back here. And now, so glad to be seeing a ball club, at least on the road trip, starting to battle from behind if that's the situation late in the ball game.
Yeah, and last night it was the 2 big guys, Ian Desmond and Jason Worth, guys the night before that spoke up. Ian Desmond said, you know, we're looking for our 2013 identity, and Jason Worth said, we're going to go out there and eat somebody's face. So after last night, the come from behind win, Jason Worth with the big night, Ian Desmond with the big grand slam. I think their 2013 identity is officially eating somebody's face.
Well, that's okay as long as you come back and do the job. And, of course, Desmond, many times over his career, has been a real strong spokesman for the guys in that clubhouse. He spoke loud with that 4-bagger last night.
Yeah, just trying to get that ball in the air any way he could. You see kind of the tension release when he gets back to the dugout. And look at the fight in the ball club. Recently, we talked about it last night. They're playing better defense. They're getting healthy, and there's some fight late when they're behind.
So now you get to come home and one of the best home pitchers in the game, Jordan Zimmermann, 1.06, 6-0 in 7 starts here at Nationals Park. And overall, he's looking for his 10th win of the year. It's Jordan looking for a gem against the Rockies tonight. Bank for the Achiever in You, and by White House Down, in theaters June 28th. Gorgeous night here, very comfortable, just a hint of a breeze in the ballpark. The Nationals are averaging 33,689 a game. That's 5 out of 15 teams in the National League. 78 degrees. Train celebrates its 100th anniversary by offering irresistible financing. It's hard to stop a train, really hard. Colorado Rockies are third in the league in hitting, second behind St. Louis in runs. They're kind of beaten up. You might notice Dexter Fowler's not in the lineup tonight. He had that big-time collision with Carlos Gonzalez in Denver last week. Cargo hitting .338 against right-handed pitching. Fifth in the league in hits, first in extra base hits, and home runs, second in RBIs. So that's the key matchup of the night against Jordan Zimmermann, who's never lost to Colorado. 3-0 in 5 starts with a sparkling 1.80 ERA.
And last time out against the Tribe, he was staked a 5-0 lead and ended up with a no decision in the Nats 7-6 win. Gave up 6 runs on 8 hits over 5 innings, struck out 6, walked 1 through 88 pitches, 54 for strikes. So 2-seam fastball, 4-seam fastball, slider curve, and an occasional change for the Rockies here tonight.
Since the Nats left Colorado 1 week ago today, Tyler Colvin's gone a little cold. 0 for his last 10, hitting .212, and that's right in there to start the game at 7:05, right on time. Well, skies are clearing up. It is just gorgeous. Good crowd gathering. A lot of folks still coming in. And another fastball, a beauty. 36-year veteran, the crew chief. Joe West has the plate. Sam Holbrook, 13th year. Andy Fletcher, 14th. Rob Drake, his 6th around the bases. Jordan comes out meaning business. 3 heaters. First out of the game.
Yeah, 94, 95, and then 96 for a 3-pitch C to start the game. Let's check out the defense for the Nats behind Jordan tonight. Lombardozzi, Spanworth in the outfield. Desmond Zimmerman on the left side. Rendon LaRoche on the right side. And Kurt Suzuki behind the dish. Nats got in around 2:30 last night. Rockies got in around 3 a.m. So both teams getting in late back to D.C.
After watching what he just saw on the on-deck circle, DJ LeMahieu goes up hacking. Off to the right side, he's hitting .266. We were impressed with him last week in Colorado. Parts of 2 years with the Cubs and the Rockies prior to this. He got an 81-game audition last year. He was the regular second baseman for the last 2 months, and he hit .297. 0-2, ripped up the middle. Major league hitters and guys trying to get fastballs by them. 1 on 1 out to bring in Carlos Gonzalez.
Well, he just had a feeling with Jordan Zimmermann only throwing 88 pitches last time out in Cleveland, and he would have the express going tonight. He has been throwing all fastballs. But DJ LeMahieu right here with a base hit up the middle, taking it right back to where it started for the first hit of the night for the Rockies.
Key matchup of the night, Carlos Gonzalez and Jordan Zimmermann. Gonzalez 2 for 6 career against him. He's raised his batting average 10 points since we last saw him. And he's taken over the league lead in home runs. 2 more than Dominic Braun of the Phillies with 21.
I remember that last game in Colorado for the Rockies. They were dropping like flies. Carlos Gonzalez.
Unreal, yeah.
In the on-deck circle. Took a little friendly fire. He went down. Dexter Fowler on a base hit bunt. His right hand still hurting. And Troy Tulowitzki diving for a ground ball. Broke his ribs, and he's on the DL.
By the way, moments from now, Jonathan Neese for the Mets, Mike Minor for the Braves down in Atlanta. The Nats are 7 back. Rockies are just 2.5 back of the Diamondbacks in the West, even though they've lost 3 straight. Coming off a very rough go of it in Toronto. 0-2. Carlos Gonzalez fouls it straight back. Outstanding young talent and a veteran right behind him, Michael Kadire, who's hitting the daylights out of the ball at the age of 33. Former Twin who hit .260 for the Rockies last year. But he's giving Carlos Gonzalez all the protection he'd love to have in the lineup right now. Rockies will run. LeMahieu's 8 for 8. They've stolen 56 bases, only the Padres more at 64. 0-2, good jump. And a ball high in the air heading for the seats, right field side.
Pretty good jump right here by LeMahieu. Ball fouled off. Gonzalez in a 2-strike mode. Had to offer at it, but I had a feeling that base was stolen.
Holding is the runner this time on another foul ball. Carlos Gonzalez was actually drafted by Arizona back in 2002 at the age of 16. Went to Oakland in a big deal involving Dan Herron, by the way. And then the Rockies got him in a deal involving Matt Holliday and Houston Street. Looked like he got a breaking ball in there, and it's popped up left side. Ian Desmond makes the call. 2 down. Inside the numbers with Dodge on Jordan Zimmerman's usage of each of his 4 pitches and what opposing hitters are doing against them.
Yeah, the changeup only 4% of the time with a 316 average, so disregard that. Look at the 3 he uses the most. It's tough to come by for the most part when Jordan Zimmerman's on the mound. Mixing a ball. 12 pitches, 12 strikes.
Jordan doesn't know the definition of the old baseball term waste one when you're ahead 0-2. He just goes right at guys.
Or effectively wild.
Michael Kadire, he is really swinging the bat well. Had a little spot, and that's close. Almost got him as Jordan delivered that ball nice and low for an easy LaRoche tag. Somehow LeMahieu got back.
Now look at LeMahieu right here. A little bit of a lean going, jab step. And the first thing you have to do is secure the baseball. So Adam LaRoche got the throw on the other side, just missed the tag.
Kadire, 18-game hitting streak now. On base, 37 games in a row with that base hit. A lot of years with Minnesota. And he was hurt, didn't appear against the Nats until the tail end of that series last week.
He did a nice job with the slider right here. Didn't do a whole lot, just kind of hung out over the plate, and Kadire right on it, using the whole field. Line drive right center. 2 out, easy read for LeMahieu to go to third base.
That'll bring in the rookie third baseman, Nolan Arenado. 0 for his last 7. 20 RBIs. Target in. Jordan got it out over the plate, and I tell you, these guys love to swing at fastballs. Colorado, always a good hitting team. It's amazing to me, you watch the kids they bring up through the organization, and they all hit for power. They all hit for average. This was a second rounder back in 2009 who hit 296 in the minor leagues. Line drive, and fortunately right at Anthony Rendon. Hard hitting first inning. Jordan Zimmerman didn't throw one pitch that didn't cross home plate. After Jordan Zimmerman threw 15 strikes in the top of this frame. Starting lineup for the Nats, brought to you by Mazda. We believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. Ryan Zimmerman against the Rockies wears them out, whether it's here or Colorado. And overall, he's hitting over 270. But look at the slugging percentage, the RBIs, and the batting average against Rockies pitching, which takes a very interesting turn tonight. 35-year-old veteran Roy Oswalt. 5 rehab starts for them at their AA ball club in Tulsa. And here he is, FP, back in the major leagues, kind of like he did with Texas last year.
There's 3 and 2 in those rehab starts with a 2.16, 33 and a third innings, 8 earned runs, 25 Ks, 7 walks. Through 6 or more innings in 4 of the 5 rehab starts, through 7 in 3 of them. So fastball, slider, curveball, change. It's a guy that throws a little bit more off speed than he used to the last few years. He'll throw that curve when he's ahead in the count. Slider probably his 4th best pitch. He likes to throw that changeup when hitters are ahead. 1-0, 2-1, 2-0.
163 career wins with a 3.28 ERA as he makes his 336th start tonight. Facing Denard Span, who's 1 for 6 career against him. And Denard, of course, hitting well at home this year. No problem at Nationals Park with a batting mark of 317. Slaps it the other way. Stays alive. Roy Oswalt, by the way, career. And this is with Houston and the Phillies. Against the Nats, going back to the Montreal days as well. 7-5 in 21 games, 19 starts. With a sparkling 3.21 ERA. Career numbers, 20 complete games, 8 shutouts. He went with the breaking ball there, and Span stayed with it to follow it off. Roy Oswalt's won 20 games twice. 0-4 Astros, 20-10. Their World Series team the year after that, he went 20-12. And he had a 5-year-in-a-row span over 200 innings, and I mean over 237, 242. One of the most durable and successful pitchers in baseball in the middle of the last decade. What a nice battle by Span here.
About 2:30, 3 o'clock today, Denard Span down the Nationals bullpen tracking pitches live, and guys getting their work done. He'll tell you what he's trying to do with his timing. Standing in on guys getting their work in. And timing's been an issue lately. How do you fix that? Well, you're not going to fix it in BP. That's not real speed. Go down there, stand in on a pitcher, and figure it out.
Good take on a changeup.
Saw that and I thought, why didn't I ever think of that? That's a good idea, right? Where else are you going to see live pitching or something to fix your timing other than maybe throwing 2 or 3 at-bats away in a game, trying to figure it out real time?
Yeah, great call. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming, and Span takes strike 3. He thought it was up and away, and Joe West ringing him up.
Joe West is an umpire traditionally that looks for strikes back there. You see the changeup at 84. Pitch track said it was nowhere near. Joe West, all that matters, called it a strike.
Well, that's unfortunate. And here's Rendon with Zimmerman to follow. Anthony Rendon coming off a rough ride in Philly, 1 for 12 with a walk in that series after his home run heroics Saturday night in Cleveland.
Ooh, 94 right there from Oswalt.
He's never been a guy that just stands on the mound and imposes you physically. Barely 6 foot tall. They list him at 192, but he's a drop and drive guy who gets as much power off of that pitcher's mound and the hole he digs out there as anybody. There's a good approach by Rendon. Right up the middle he goes, and Ryan Zimmerman will bat with a man aboard.
And there goes the no-hitter.
Early. Nice.
Yeah, Anthony Rendon right back up the middle. Foot down early. Hands in the strike zone quick. Bat in the strike zone a long time, and that's what you want as a hitter. Stays through the ball nice. Checks in early with the first knock of the night for the Nats.
Here's Zimmerman. Ryan's got some great career numbers against Roy Oswald. 10 for 27. 2 of those hits home runs and 6 RBIs. Ryan's got some sparkling new batting gloves on tonight. How often do guys change gloves?
Well, when you put the white unis on, you put the white gloves on.
That one right off the end of the bat, high in the air to DJ LeMahieu. Second out with Adam LaRoche coming up.
And it said the defense for the Rockies behind Roy Oswald tonight. Gonzalez, Colvin, Kadair in the outfield. Herrera, Arenado on the left side. LeMahieu, Helton on the right side. And Yorvit Torrealba doing the catching. And folks, if you haven't got to see Nolan Arenado play third base, he's as good as it gets defensively. Definitely going to challenge David Wright for a Gold Glove and whoever else you can think of out there. But when you talk about highlight plays, making the routine plays, making circus plays, I've seen nobody better at third base this year defensively than that guy.
22 years old. And he was a catcher in high school. Rated the number 17 catcher in the overall draft in 09.
Well, he can catch it.
But the Rockies told him, we're making you an infielder. He's poised, watching LaRoche. Not much of a shift on by the Rocks. Herrera is on the left field side of second base, shading up the middle, and then Arenado close to being in that 5.5 hole that FP talks about between short and third. Adam LaRoche, 10 career hits against Oswalt, 4 RBIs. This guy works fast. And Adam didn't like that call. He's discussing it with Joe West because I'm sure he heard from Denard Span how far outside that other strike 3 was. Kinetic North America to track it.
Well, he didn't need to hear from Denard. Just see this pitch.
Wow.
A 37-inch bat on that one. And Roy Oswald's a guy that's been around. He'll nibble out there. If he's going to get a couple of inches, Yorvit Torrealba will get out there with him, and he'll take advantage.
Yeah, his catcher didn't set up out there. He jumped out there. 2-2.
Well, as a hitter, you just want umpires to be consistent. If he's going to be consistently away to lefties, you know that. You make the adjustment accordingly.
Count goes full. That helps.
And then adjustment, a longer bat.
Jason Worth, game-tying RBI hero last night. Rendon about to get a head start at first with 2 outs and a full count. So Todd Helton plays well behind him. Outfielders are deep. LaRoche with 30 RBIs. He will swing and foul tip that one.
Yeah, some off speed right here in a 3-2 count. Looks like a changeup. And just nicks it. It's nice to see the Exmo again. Doesn't miss a thing.
One night a blimp, the next night the Exmo. I love it.
I need a blimp with Exmo.
3-2 and a fastball up and away. LaRoche can't reach it. Roy Oswalt, first inning, back in the big league since last summer, strikes out 2.
Gonzalez last night, after the first 2 hitters of the game, basically threw a no-hitter. Ben Revere led it off with a base hit. Then Michael Young with a home run. That made it 2-0. Then Gio Gonzalez absolutely dominating after that. Ended up with 11 Ks. That ties a career high. 7 innings pitched. And don't forget, that's coming off a 127 pitch effort the time before. So Gio Gonzalez stellar last night. Maybe lost in the shuffle of that game in Philadelphia with all that happened late on offense.
3rd time in his career he has struck out 11. Gio said to me today, oh, those first 2 hitters. I said, yeah, but don't you know the second one was a fly ball out in almost every park in the big leagues, and he and I were both lamenting that 355-foot straightaway wall in left field in Philadelphia. It's going to happen when you pitch there. What a great effort. Todd Helton takes a strike. It's 1-2. Batting .245, this great veteran, 3 for 10 career against Jordan Zimmerman. Todd Helton will be 40 years of age in August. And the Rockies have 3 hits out of their first 6 batters. Second inning presented by Luna. Call tonight for the Luna Double. Get your second room of flooring free at 877-241-LUNA.
It's good to be home. Good crowd here tonight. Buzz in the ballpark. Excited to see their Nats back home.
Yeah. Got to sleep on our own beds last night. Use our own washers and dryers after a long trip. I think the water pressure went down over on the west side of the river considerably this morning.
Hey, it was getting down the nitty-gritty with clothes. I'm telling you what. I was recycling all kinds of different parts of my wardrobe.
Somebody told me you were down to your last 4 suits.
It's turning things inside out, wearing them again.
Yorvit Torrealba, the catcher, hitting .309. Backing up Willeen Rosario, their very good young catcher. Torrealba's been around for quite a while. 12th year in the big leagues, 2nd stint with the Rockies. He was with them in 08 and 09, hit .246 and .255. Since then, stops in San Diego, Texas, Toronto, and Milwaukee.
Yeah, he's back there tonight because of the history with Oswald, right? Played together in Texas. Back behind the dish with his old teammate.
Parts of 2 years with the Rangers. Reaching there on an 0-2 pitch to stay alive. Double play guy if Jordan Zimmerman can get a ground ball. Torrealba has only hit into 1 this year. The Nats have turned 64. Breaking ball just outside. 1-2.
Pretty good take by Torrealba. That was not easy. That ball was a strike for about 56, 57 feet. Broke late.
There's a bouncer. Zimmerman. Rendon around the horn with a 5-4-3. Just what Jordan Zimmerman and the Nats needed here in the top of the 2nd.
Yeah, pretty good feed by Ryan Zimmerman, going away from the play. And kind of going toward the Rockies dugout in right here. And he has to throw back across his body right on the money to Anthony Rendon, who clears himself. Nice third baseman arm. Watch Rendon right there. Foot on the bag. Clear yourself. Let it rip right on the money. Textbook 5-4-3.
Bases empty, 2 outs. Now the number 8 hitter, Jonathan Herrera.
Tim Kirchin, Carp, was asking me before the game about Rendon at second base, and I said of all the things he's done so far, the transition and how smooth it's been for him in a position that he hasn't played since he was a little kid has just been outstanding. It's not that easy. He's making it look very easy.
Has a base hit tonight as well. Batting over .320. Jonathan Herrera, 28 Year-old switch hitting infielder from Venezuela. Signed with the Rockies at 17. Parts of 5 years with them now. And he can play different infield positions. He can run. They'll use him off the bench as a pinch runner when everybody's healthy. Playing shortstop with Troy Tulowitzki out. He'll line one right to Ian Desmond. Tell you, these guys can swing the bats. Worth, Desmond, and then Lombardozzi, two of your RBI guys from last night. Worth, Desmond, Lombardozzi coming up. AFCEA, the Association for Global Security Professionals. Julie with our sideline report. And Julie, what is going on with Bryce Harper these days?
Hey, Bob. Well, Davey Johnson had some great news for reporters this afternoon when we got here to the ballpark. He said that Bryce Harper is nearing a rehab assignment. This is the news that we've all been waiting to hear. I'm sure Bryce Harper's been waiting to hear as well. Earlier today, he was running in the outfield. He also took some batting practice in the cages here at Nationals Park. And Davey said that if he can play a few games in the minors and he doesn't have any swelling in that knee, that he could be ready. The question will be, can his knee handle the punishment of being on it constantly? This past Monday marks 1 week since he received a cortisone shot to the knee to reduce the swelling due to the bursitis on that knee. Davey said he looked great today, and in an interview with Mark Zuckerman, Bryce said, if I feel something that I don't feel is right, I'm not going to go back out there. So kind of a change in tune. We know he's a gamer, but good that he has some perspective on it now.
That's good stuff right there, Julie. You know what I took from that? He has not missed a workout. Did you see him with?
Looking pretty big.
Yeah.
Pretty strong. Roy Oswalt, meanwhile, has some swing and miss stuff going here. Jason Worth, career couple of RBIs against Roy, 7 for 26. Oswalt, first inning, 20 pitches, 13 strikes. Worth late, as if he didn't see it until the very end. Third strikeout for Roy Oswalt, who's retired 4 out of 5. In case you missed it, and where were you if you did?
If you were sleeping, we can't help you, but I guess we'll show you tonight. Slider out over the plate from Stutz and Ian Desmond. You're just sitting there going, get one of the outfield, get one of the outfield. Well, he got one of the outfield. He got one of the seats. The grand slam, first one of his career. One of the biggest hits of the year by far from Ian Desmond last night in Philadelphia.
The Nats' first grand slam since the Michael Morse Phantom Slam in St. Louis last year. This one happened in real time.
We talked about it on the air last night. The best part about that at bat, the best thing that happened was that Ian Desmond got to 2 strikes and took something out of his swing. Davey Johnson said the same thing after the game. Got to 2 strikes. He was swinging about 110% before that. Geared down a little bit, just tried to put it in play. Caught a slider out front, rode it out of the yard.
Desmond career against Oswalt, 4 for 24. goes left field. See you later. Way up there. And how about these last two at bats?
With a month to go before the All-Star game and Troy Tulowitzki on the shelf, there is no reason why you're not looking at the starting shortstop for the National League All-Star team. I mean, you look at the numbers for Desmond and what he's done and the big hits he's gotten and the defense and how consistent it's been since April. Why not?
Desmond's 11th RBI, number 39, the Nationals' 65th. Oswalt comes right back at Lombardozzi. A strike and then he misses. 1-1. That was a nasty breaking ball. Lombardozzi out ahead of it.
Desmond might have found something, too, in that two-strike approach last night with the grand slam. That wasn't the big yucka-do swing with 100%. He smoothed that one out there. Not a whole lot to it. Took a little out of the swing and found himself with another homer.
Roy Oswalt, another strikeout. Lombardozzi, his fourth victim.
Let's look at the swing one more time. I mean, it's not that violent swing, kind of a smooth swing from Desmond, staying through it. About 85, 90%, good enough when you're that strong and that good.
Bases empty, 2 outs. Kurt Suzuki will try to turn over this lineup and get it to Jordan Zimmerman. In the air, right center. Over to get it, Michael Kadire in the gap. Couple of strikeouts for Oswalt, but one huge piece of contact by Ian Desmond. Nats on top, 1-0. Coming up, Oswalt to lead off for the Rockies. Wednesday next week, 7:05 against the Diamondbacks. Dollar hot dogs presented by Hetfield. Available select concession stands until the start of the 6th inning while supplies last. Some restrictions apply. Go to nationals.com/tickets. So don't eat too many hot dogs and drive. They're only available till the start of the 6th inning.
Well, Bob was talking about it. The last Grand Slam before Ian Desmond last night, September 29th. Last year, the Phantom Grand Slam with Michael Morse. Umpires made him go back after they reviewed it, took the swing. One of our favorite moments of the year last year, and we missed the beast. There's no doubt about it. Missed that guy.
That was awesome.
I thought your call of it was awesome. You dropped a "see you later" on the no bat swing when he went back to home plate.
You know, the Nationals, that was in the first inning, and the Nats had to go 10 to win that game on a 2-run double by Kurt Suzuki, 6-4 and 10. Crazy night in the Gateway City, highlighted by Michael Morse.
There's a beast. He decided to come to the game tonight. He's here.
It'll be a long time before we forget about that guy around here. Maybe we'll see him in Seattle next year. Nationals would be scheduled to play the AL West in Interleague. That is right in there at the knees. Jordan Zimmerman to Roy Oswalt. Oswalt's always been a good hitter. 152 career. He has 99 career hits. A homer, 36 RBIs. And he'll drop one to right field. Jason Worth tracking it, and he won't be able to reach the foul ball.
You know what? That's a heads-up play by Jason Worth, and I think you know where I'm going with this. There's no need to sell out for that ball in the third inning on this day and maybe injure that wrist again that he feels on occasion, even from last year. See him pull up short right there?
Yeah.
Maybe thinking about diving. Should I dive? It's a smart play. There's no need to dive for that baseball.
Worth playing extremely shallow over there. And Zimmerman will take care of the out by striking out Roy Oswalt looking. Second K. First time through the order, the Rockies go 3 for 9. AT&T fact of the game. 11 straight here. Second longest streak in franchise history behind David Palmer of the Expos, a talented young pitcher who came to the major leagues in the late 70s, pitched into the mid 80s. But Palmer got off to a great start at Olympic Stadium.
Jim's lesser-known younger brother. No, I just made that up. I don't know.
Although I do have a little piece of trivia for David Palmer. In April of 1984, I was a rookie announcer, and I called a game in St. Louis when he threw a perfect game in the second game of a doubleheader. The game got rained out. And then later they took it out of the record book, said it could not qualify as a perfect game, being just 15 outs.
Interesting.
Yeah, I remember we waited and waited hours for that one, and the rain never did stop. No balls and 2 strikes now to Tyler Colvin, who Jordan Zimmerman struck out swinging first time up. He'll bounce that one on 0-2.
A little more off speed tonight, right? The Rockies coming out swinging, showing you their game plan, showing you their hand early. Nothing to wait around for. Guy's going to pump you strikes, get on that first hittable fastball. Walt Weiss's ball club, very aggressive at the plate and on the bases.
Swing and a miss at a high fastball. Colvin twice. Strikeout number 3 for Jordan Zimmerman. Mercedes-Benz will track it.
Yeah, 95. Watch the late run up and away to a pull swing. Colvin thinking he's going to get something on the inner half, and watch the run on the 95 from Jordan Zimmerman.
DJ LeMahieu, native of California, grew up in Michigan in the Detroit area. Hits that ball pretty well. Denard Span racing to the scoreboard and then cruising at the time he made the catch. 1, 2, 3 on 10 pitches. 1-0 Nats. Select concession stands tonight. $1 ice cream novelties.
It's Bryce Harper
at the ballpark.
or Bryce Harper.
Papa John's, of course, when the Nats win and win big. 50% off regular menu price online orders. Nats 50, the promo code. Participating D.C., Maryland, and Northern Virginia Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza. Official pizza of your Washington Nationals, Papa John's. Jordan Zimmerman, 3 for 28 this year. He's a 176 career hitter.
How about last night, the way it started? One run away from Papa John's, 50% off, the way it ended. Who would have thought that in like the fourth inning?
Really? Some high heat from Roy Oswalt. That's 5 Ks for him against the first 9 Washington hitters. So the Nats go 2 for 9 with the Desmond home run, the Rendon single back in the first.
Well, the Rockies went out and got Oswalt because they want a #1 starter's mentality to maybe rub off on their younger pitchers. When you talk about guys like Yolis Chacin, De La Rosa, Chatwood, Nicasio, now you got a guy that's been there, done it. He's a #1 starter. He can mentor the younger guys, and then all of a sudden, maybe it catch lightning in a bottle with a guy that, I mean, he's hitting 94 tonight. That's something I didn't expect. And they purposely sent him to Double-A Tulsa to keep him away from Colorado Springs and the rarefied air there. And they purposely brought him for his first start on the road here in Washington and not Coors Field. Well planned out deal from the Rockies.
Tomorrow night, the Nats will see 23-year-old Tyler Chatwood, who's 4-1 with a 2.33 ERA in his first 7 starts this year. Hey, you can't win 8-5 or 7-4 every night. Got to have pitching. Denard Span got called out on a bad pitch off the plate. First time up after battling his way through about 8 pitches.
Well, I'm just curious to see how long Oswalt can keep this up at this pace with only 5 starts this year and join the ball club so late. Right now, ball's jumping out of his hand. We'll see in a couple of innings.
And I'm sure down in Mississippi he did some of his own work on the side throwing, but that's nothing like being around coaches and around professional hitters.
All right.
Four and 3 with Texas last year, 17 games, 9 starts, but a high ERA of 5.80 in that American League West. Pitched only 59 innings at the big league level last year.
65 right there on the curve. 20 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour difference between his fastball. Fastball's been 94.
And that one not anywhere near close enough to be called strike 3. So this time Span does work the count full. Anthony Rendon with a clean single up the middle, his first time up. Second time around the order, adjustments to be made. Span, base hit, right field. Solid contact by Denard, who's now hitting over 320 at Nationals Park this year.
Now, we talked about Denard Span getting here early, working on timing, seeing some live pitching. And you can see in his swing tonight, he's fighting to go the other way to stay inside the ball. But right there in a 3-2 count, even though he pulled the ball, kept his hands inside nice. Another strong at-bat from Denard Span here. 15 pitches in his first 2 at-bats. Put some good ABs on Oswalt and the Rockies here tonight.
1-on-1 out. Anthony Rendon. Batting average back at 324 with his base hit tonight. 24 for 73 in his first 21 big league games.
Healthy lead.
Yeah, I saw one little jab step by Span, then he held. Count goes to 2-0.
And 7 stolen bases on the year, and we still haven't seen Denard Span get into that rhythm at first base. And we talk about it all the time. Base stealers getting grooves just like hitters do, to where you get that first step quickness, that timing down. I'm sure Davey Johnson would love to see his leadoff hitter getting that groove.
Yeah, 17 with the Twins last year in 128 games when he really wasn't that healthy throughout the season. He has stolen as many as 26. That was in 2010. 23 the year before that when he had that really big season, batting .311.
That was a good jump.
Whoa!
But that's what I'm talking about. I mean, joking aside, he's trying to get in that groove. He's trying to find that rhythm, the base stealer's rhythm. And right here, he did this last night too. Just left a little bit early, didn't trust it, and that was good that he got back because Oswalt recognized it, threw over. Good athletic play from Span to get back.
He's holding, and Rendon took a big swing.
Rendon almost like a left-handed hitter with a runner on first base, in the sense that he can use that hole created by Denard Span on the right side. Likes to go that way.
Rendon gets jammed, inside out swing on a fly ball for Michael Kadire. It'll be up to Ryan Zimmerman with 2 outs. PNC Bank for the achiever in you. Wow, we keep talking about this young man in the minor leagues for the Nats, Taylor Jordan. He has been lights out. 6-0, 0.73, 2 complete games in 8 games. 6 consecutive victory.
Last night, another dominating performance. 11 strikeout performance the start before that.
Yeah, 3-1 at Bowie.
Making some serious noise in Double-A.
And quoting Matt Lecroy, the manager down there, former Nat, he pitched out of a couple of jams, mixed his pitches for strikes, threw the ball well inside, let his defense go to work. He is zoned in. And Matty says he gives them a chance to win every time he takes the mound.
Well, we got to take Matt to quote camp, because there's way too many cliches in that one.
Stayed within himself. One pitch at a time.
Some days you win, some days you lose.
The wind's blowing in, so pitcher's park.
Oh, goodness.
0-1 to Ryan. Short lead by Span. Fastball by him. Roy Oswalt, 92 with movement. Nissan will track it.
Yeah, a little giddy up there on the end of this 92 by Ryan Zimmerman, looking for a fastball. Got it. Couldn't get to it.
Swing and a foul tip. Ryan Zimmerman gone. So are the Nats in the bottom of the third. Base hit by Span, though. 1-0 ball game. recommend more, visit Cox.com to learn about Cox Advanced TV Plus. They bring you our game summary. Ian Desmond, the game's only RBI. A monster shot, his 11th of the year. Roy Oswalt, 49 pitches, 34 strikes, 6 strikeouts. And Jordan Zimmerman, 38 pitches, 33 strikes.
Yeah, been pouring strikes in there all night long. Fastball has been 95, topped out at 96. A good run on the two-seamer. A long way to go, but I feel like Jordan Zimmerman likes to compete in these close games more than with a lead. He's had a couple of big leads this year, once against Baltimore, once in Cleveland, that it seemed like he wasn't that comfortable with. I don't know if that comes from a couple of years ago when he didn't get a lot of run support or not, but he seems to be in the zone in these one-run close games.
Popped up Carlos Gonzalez first time up. Gonzalez 2 for 7 career against him. And he overpowered him with that one up and in. Jordan Zimmerman is all over the National League stat sheet. He's over 100 innings now. Started the night 6th in innings pitched, 2nd in wins, 1st in complete games, 7th in ERA, 2nd in home ERA. And the league's only hitting .214 against him, but that wasn't enough to get him into the top 10, believe it or not.
97 right there, close take.
Yeah, just as you mentioned, 5 innings, 88 pitches at Cleveland Saturday night. And a swing and a miss on a fastball tailing up and away.
Pair of 97s, one in, one away. Little reach back piece right here from Jordan Zimmerman against a great hitter. My best bolt against your best bolt. What do you got? And by the way, thinking of it right now, lost in the shuffle last night. How about Ian Kroll coming into a hostile environment on the road and giving his team a chance to win with the tying run or the winning run, on second base?
That was huge. Michael Kadire, one hopper. Jordan Zimmerman, 2 quick outs here. 7 batters in a row going back to that double play in the 2nd. Mid-season flex pack still available. Get a Nationals new era ball cap if you pick 3 games. The cap is free while supplies last. Some restrictions apply. Go to nationals.com/flex. Nolan Arenado lined out hard to Anthony Rendon, first time up. On a check swing. A strike.
And doubled up on the slider. Arenado thought he was going to get a 1-0 fastball. Got a 1-0 slider.
Trending downward, and that's a good thing. Nice on the breaking ball, 87. Diving away from the right-handed batter.
Arenado shaking his head a couple of times in this at-bat. 2-1, 2 outs, nobody on. I am getting a 2-1 slider. And he thought he was getting heat.
Bat gone. Throws him another one, and that one's fouled. Beautiful Thursday evening here in Washington, D.C. Nats on top on the Ian Desmond home run. The guys are home for 14 of their next 17 games, coming off a 4-5 road trip, capped off by a wonderful win in Philly last night. 2-2 pitch, target away. Breaking ball again. Did he go? Joe West says he did. Slams his bat down, and that'll have the umpire take off his mask. Then off comes the helmet, and Joe West staring at a rookie who came close to maybe being tossed here.
Arms crossed, checking him out, waiting for him to look back. player, and I think as an umpire, at times you have to realize that it's an emotional game and players can be mad at themselves for offering at a pitch, and I don't know if that was the case. There was a little look back right there from Arenado, but watch Joe West. He's checking him out. Just looking at him. He'll fold his across his arms right here. Your Torrealba going out there trying to figure out what's going on? Who's mad at who?
You know what? And when Renee Latchman walks up to you, it is hard not to laugh. First base coach of the Rockies coming in to intervene. One of the loudest, funniest guys in baseball.
Joe West is not afraid to say whatever he wants. He followed me out to the outfield once, and he said, how can a 245 hitter argue about that call? He started reciting my stats to me as he was following me out to my position.
2-0 to Adam LaRoche, bottom of the fourth. Baseball tales. Never get tired of hearing those. That'll be popped up out of play off to the left side. On the infinity do-up, the LaRoche-Worth Desmond career against Roy Oswalt. So combined 17 hits for those first two guys, and Ian Desmond got his fifth. Desmond was 4 for 24 against Oswalt before launching that monstrous home run. Fastball misses away. 3-1. Roy Oswalt involved with one of the craziest games the Nats have ever played down in Houston 3 years ago. And LaRoche will slap one right through the shift. Well, they would have been playing straight up. That would have been a base hit against that too. That's how well he hit it. Adam LaRoche now 4 for his last 9.
Well, starting to heat up, especially after he had that day off. Just sit around, work on your swing, get that timing down. It's all based on just that with LaRoche. Timing's right. One of the toughest left-handed outs in the National League.
Jason Worth on his way in. Talking about players acting or saying things and an umpire maybe taking it the wrong way. That happened to Roy Oswalt on Memorial Day in Houston 3 years ago. The Nats won the game 14-4. Roy Oswalt was thrown out of the game by Bill Hahn, the home plate umpire, in the third inning because he was mad at himself for missing on a 2-2 pitch. And with the count 3-2, he said something, stomped around the mound. Home plate umpire took it personally, threw him out. Roy Oswalt said, "I wasn't talking to you." Bill Hahn had already thrown him out of the game, and then the Nats just went on to a lopsided win.
It's an emotional game, and I think the good umpires, the upper echelon guys, absolutely realize that, and they'll give you a little leash.
0-2 to Worth. Fastball way upstairs. Then the next day, the same umpire was at third base, missed a check swing call on Lance Berkman, who had a 2-run single on the next pitch to beat the Nats. It was one of those crazy series where way too much was going on other than the action between the lines. That's going to be a strike to Worth, and he's gone. 7 Ks for Roy Oswalt.
Well, Ian Desmond last time up, 11th, home run of the year. And a fastball, belt high. Might have been off speed, actually. Looks like a changeup. He catches it out front. Nice, easy swing. And that was a far one.
$250 more to the Children's National Medical Center. Happens every time a Nat hits a home run. That's from Lexus and our Washington, D.C. dealers. Lexus, the pursuit of perfection. So Desmond, 5 RBIs in his last 2 swings. 31 extra base hits now. And that has him in the top 7 in the league again. Target away. Fastball. Torrealba had to reach to his left as Oswalt threw it over the plate, but it was up enough that Ian couldn't get to it. Inside the numbers with Dodge. against off speed, including tonight's blast. Look at those numbers against secondary pitches.
Yeah, last night's slider, today changeup, back-to-back at-bats with homers on off-speed pitches.
That was a breaking ball that he popped over the dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Crazy numbers. Desmond had that huge series in Colorado. 4 for 4 last Thursday. He went 7 for 10 in that series with 5 RBIs, and they walked him twice. And by the way, he covered 180 feet on the bases with 2 balks. Can't reach that one. 2 outs on Roy Oswalt's 8th strikeout. He has 11 outs, 8 of them on strikes. Nice crowd tonight. As mentioned earlier, the Nationals are 5th in the league in attendance, averaging 33,689.
These are the situations where we've seen Adam LaRoche go ambush steal. 2 outs, not paying a whole lot of attention to him. A guy that pretty deliberate to the plate. I wouldn't say he's slow, wouldn't say he's quick in Oswald, but these are the times we've seen with 2 strikes and 2 outs. Davey Johnson, Trent Jewett put Adam LaRoche in motion.
Target away. Lombardozzi fouls it. In theaters June 28th, just over a week from now. White House Down.
Why is every movie this summer destroying D.C.?
I don't know.
Seriously.
Well, you make the playoffs once and they want to blow up your city.
Blow up your city with every movie they make. I'm not okay with that.
Well, who's going to save the world next week? That's the big question. I love the summer movie season because every week somebody saves humanity. Tom Cruise, he's on a 3-game winning streak against the bad guys at saving the world, right?
Well, Nats keep winning. There's going to be a zombie movie made at Nats Park.
There goes LaRoche. Lombardozzi reaches out on what probably would have been ball 1, but in 2-strike mode, Steve trying to protect here.
Seems like every time he goes in a 2-strike count, it's a foul ball. It's happened probably 10 times this year. 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody paying attention to the Nats first baseman.
It's such a shame because Adam could be right up there with Everett Cabrera, Gene Segura, Juan Pierre. Just kidding.
Well, he could have at least 2 or 3. And now the gig is off.
Target away. Lombardozzi takes the fastball outside. Well done. Roy Oswalt up to 67 pitches here with 2 outs in the 4th. The strikeouts piling up his pitch count. But you know the Rockies announcers next door are talking about how well he's throwing in his return to the big leagues. Drew Goodman and Jeff Hewson over there. Jeff, a former major league infielder, and I'm sure they're pleased with what they're watching from this 35-year-old right-hander to try to bolster their rotation. They are right in the race in the West. Meanwhile, Lombardozzi hanging tough and hanging very well all over the ballpark with these foul balls, just making him work so hard. Off speed, good job of contact. And tied with 92. Lombardozzi has battled back to even this count. What a great AB for the Nats left fielder. Solid single to left. That's Steve Lombardozzi's 6th hit in his last 4+ games, and the Nats have 2 on, 2 out.
And last night we talked about Kyle Kendrick for the Phillies and just putting a good at-bat on that guy, making him work early in the game that maybe even if you don't get a hit, that it would pay off later in the game. And between Denard Span, Steve Lombardozzi, Adam LaRoche, guys putting good at-bats on Oswald here tonight. He's been good, but they're making him work. And a lot of times that pays off in the 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Love that replay. Classic head down, level swing, taking it the other way. You look at that replay, you'd think his dad played in the big leagues or something.
Yeah.
That'll bring in Kurt Suzuki. First pitch swinging, fly to right. Back in the 2nd. Pitcher on deck, but a pretty good swinging pitcher. And we'll see how Oswald approaches Suzuki here. Who's 0 for 3 career against him? They go after each other on the first pitch fastball. Jordan Zimmerman struck out swinging first time. Bouncer left side. That is going to get around and bounce around. And Adam LaRoche is coming home. He is safe. Torrealba thought he blocked him and tagged him. The Nats lead 2-0. Walt Weiss will come out and discuss this with Joe West.
From way up here in the naked eye, it seems like Joe West got it right. I thought LaRoche's foot got in right before the tag from Torrealba. Walt Weiss wants an explanation. Good hustle by LaRoche. Good turn at third base. Trent Jewett being aggressive right here with Jordan Zimmerman coming up. You have to send LaRoche, but right there, good job by Herrera of staying with this play and a good throw to the plate. It looks like we'll have a couple looks at it, like LaRoche's foot just got in there. But that's a nice job of staying with the play by Jonathan Herrera. Good pick by Torrealba on an in-between hop, and it looks like Joe West got it absolutely, positively correct.
Here's Jordan Zimmerman. Oswald goes off the full windup. So Suzuki gets an RBI single. Second on the throw.
Give me some expo right here.
See, that ball comes up and it makes Torrealba raise his mitt before he can tag him.
Yeah, but I can't see where the plate is. I don't know where his foot is in correlation to the plate. Did he ever get it with his lead foot?
Nats on top. Zimmerman takes a fastball inside. Jordan has a count even, a 1-1. Lombardozzi dancing down the line at third. Jordan a good cut, strike 2. One more look at that play at the plate.
Check this out one more time. Did his front foot get the plate?
It went over the plate, not sure if it touched or not.
Well, it took us 7 replays to figure it out. Joe West got one crack at it full speed. I'm sticking to my first answer. He got it right.
Zimmerman called out. Roy Oswalt strikes out the side, but he gives up a run on 3 hits. After 4, 2-0 Nationals. veterans tonight. It's our 3-wire systems military salute. We salute the U.S. Army, and it's brought to you by 3-wire systems, the leader in reducing wasteful spend through disruptive technology. Love the camo curly W tonight, huh?
I think those are the best hats all year, by the way. Just for the record, the camo curly W hats. I want one.
I know people.
You know people who know people?
I'll have my people call yours.
I'll wear it on TV tomorrow night.
I don't know if my people work that fast. Helton, Torrealba, and Herrera, top of the 5th inning. Perfect paint outside corner for a strike. It seems like whether it's a righty or a lefty, Joe West is very generous on the away side of home plate. Certainly seen it with right-handed batters. Now it's 0-2 as Helton takes a rip. Todd pulled the ball first time, base hit to right field.
Well, you're right, but what Joe West will do, Carp, is get into a groove and a rhythm with the pitcher. So if you got guys working fast, you got guys with a reputation for throwing strikes, he's going to look for that, and he'll come along and play with you a little bit on the corners. It's been well documented that Joe West thinks the game needs to be sped up.
He has been one of the most outspoken umpires on that over the years. And when he's a crew chief working a base and not home plate, maybe trying to hustle things along.
Well, I think he's been consistent all night long. He's got a good zone, and he is a great plate umpire, one of the best in baseball in my opinion.
Might be the first fastball Jordan Zimmerman wasted tonight. Just showing it to him upstairs on an 0-2 count. Now 1-2. He throws the hook. Prior to that fastball, he had tried to get Helton on the 0-2 changeup. Yorvit Torrealba hit into the 5-4-3 double play that really got Jordan rolling back in the second. This one lifted out to left center. And a long run for Lombardozzi, who would get there. Getting better and better as an outfielder with his reads all the time. That's 9 straight hitters retired, starting with that double play ball.
Yeah, good first step quickness, good angle right here, and a ball up that Todd Helton thought he got in the gap. Hit that ball pretty well. Lombardozzi with a good read, good break, good angle. Catches it almost like a football player in the end zone. Touchdown, Lombardozzi.
Torrealba is next.
Could use a little celebration, maybe spike it.
And for those of you who've never seen a game in Colorado, that would have been a solo home run to left center.
Probably. Definitely last night.
By the way, down in Atlanta, 1-1 early, and the Braves got a couple. The Mets scored a run in the 4th, so they're 3-2. Braves batting bottom of the 4th inning.
Start giving random scores like Houston, Milwaukee.
Yeah, there's a bunch of interleague going on. Again.
Minnesota White Sox.
Two. Kinetic North America tracking this one.
Slider 84. In a 2-1 count. He's been doing a nice job tonight of establishing the fastball, but also throwing the off speed in hitters counts.
Yeah, Rockies came out slugging early, and he has put a stop to that, mixing up their timing. Jonathan Herrera, the number 8 hitter. No throwing in the Rockies bullpen. Bunch of guys out there stretching and moving around. That would indicate to us that maybe Roy Oswalt has a 5 or 6 inning limit going tonight, depending on the pitch count, which right now is at 78. Rather high for 4 innings, nearly 20 pitches per inning.
Well, he threw 7 or more in 3 of his 5 starts in Double-A, so I don't think there's any restrictions on Oswald tonight. He's ready. They called him up.
3-2 with one out. Big breaking ball for the strikeout. And now Zimmerman has struck out 3 of his last 5 batters. That's number 6 on the night.
Well, slider's been great for Jordan all night long. Slider 85. The fastball's been 95 to 97 for Jordan. So when you establish heat in the mid to upper 90s as a hitter, most mere mortals have to cheat to get to that fastball. It's opened up everything else for Jordan.
Here's Herrera. He'll rip it out to center, but Denard Span's right there. 11 hitters in a row. Last night, Gio had 16. So it was Desmond going bang, and it was bang bang at home when LaRoche scored on the base hit by Kurt Suzuki. Here come the Nats, top of the order. Bottom of the 5th, out hitting the Rockies 6-3 and leading 2-0. Denard Span looking for his first homer as a Nat, and it won't quite get there. 380 off the scoreboard. He checks in with a leadoff double. You know it's a matter of time. He doesn't hit a lot of them, but he'll hit 5 or 6 a year. That's a tall drink of water out there, that 15-foot scoreboard.
Well, I thought he got him. Hey, look at the foot down early for Span, working hard to stay inside the baseball. We already documented what he did early today, and it's paying off. Second hit of the night for Span. I thought it was his first home run of the season. Let's see where it hit. Had to be right at the top of the fence.
Yeah.
3/4 of the way up. Leadoff double for the Nats here in the 5th. Another good at-bat from Denard Span. It all started in his first at-bat of the night where he made Oswalt work, ended up striking out. Now he has 2 hits to show.
Here's Anthony Rendon. You're up 2-0. Got to advance this runner. Herrera playing way up the middle to keep Span close. Rendon will take it low and away. So we'll see what the young man has in store. Rendon, that is, fundamentally here. Try to get this runner to third for Zimmerman or score him.
Well, the battle for Rendon right here is going to be to get on top of the ball. He's already got that natural inside-out swing. But he's trying to get on top and hit it low to the right side.
Counts even, 1-1. Starting this inning, 78 pitches. Oswald at 81.
I see Herrera holding Denard Span on right there. And that's because Anthony Rendon trying to hit to the right side.
He will, and cleanly through. Trent Jewett will hold Span with nobody out. Another great swing opposite way by Anthony Rendon, and he's 2 for 3 tonight.
Just a beautiful swing right there. And these are where those quality at-bats, the at-bats early in the game that made Roy Oswalt work, are starting to show. And you talk about Span early, Rendon early, Desmond's home run, Lombardozzi with some big at-bats to make Oswalt work. That's the product, maybe right here in the 5th, of some quality at-bats early in the game. Nice piece of hitting once again by Rendon.
How about Anthony Rendon? First 75 major league at-bats, 25 hits. Batting .333. And here's Zimmerman 0 for 2. And a chance to put the Nats ahead big here. He'll take the fastball under his hands, ball 1. Ryan, 10 career hits, 2 homers, 6 RBIs against Roy Oswalt. That's interesting. Torrealba set up outside. Roy missing his spot.
Well, he's starting to get a little gassed, I think. Spinning out there early. Getting underneath the baseball. Losing that angle he had early in the game. Starting to fatigue.
That's good on the corner for a 2-1 count. Nissan will tell the tale.
Yeah, 2-0 slider right here. Good call by Torrealba. Lost the release point on his fastball. Goes somewhere else. Tried the slider. It worked.
Adam LaRoche 1 for 2 tonight. Some nice base running earlier this evening. Paying off in a Nats run in the 4th. Way outside. Count goes full. Nobody out.
We'll see if Davies starts Rendon at first base. I don't know if Oswalt's thrown a 3-2 fastball yet tonight. See what he does right here. Got better command of the slider than the heat right now. See where he goes.
Target in. Runner moving. Swing and a miss. No throw. Torrealba knew Span was coming down the line a bit. He actually faked the throw, then looked to third. No chance to pick off Span. And Rendon grabs the bag.
Give Rendon credit for a really good jump right there. Look at the speed.
First major league steal, by the way.
And I think it's important in a 3-2 count for guys to get good jumps at first base. A lot of times that play is based on you're betting on the hitter putting it in play. But if he doesn't, you better get a good jump. And you just saw one right there by Rendon. First career stolen base. Aren't you supposed to pick up the base and hold it over your head?
No, you're supposed to hand it that Bob guy down in the dugout. Major League authenticator guy.
Yeah.
No, better known as Bob. Nats Live post-game concert series continues Saturday, July 6th. Padres are here for a 4:05 game. Thompson Square after the game. Game tickets $10. Go to nationals.com/NatsLive. Some restrictions apply. Adam LaRoche, little flare, left field line, and fouled by about a yard. And by the way, for that free post-game concert, you have to have a ticket for the July 6th game. Adam Ottavino. As we told you last week in Colorado, their closer Rafael Betancourt on the DL with 11 saves. So Walt Weiss is mixing and matching wherever he can. He has an 8-man bullpen right now with 2 lefties, including their closer Rex Brothers, and 6 right-handers. Oswalt off the full windup here, infield in. LaRoche has 4 career RBIs against him. 11 hits and 35 at bats. Fastball away. 1-1.
And if you're wondering why the Rockies aren't in a shift right here, when you bring the infield in, you as a team are betting on your pitcher fielding his position.
And down the line was Span. Torrealba made at least an offer to throw down to Arenado. Denard diving back in on strike 2.
I mean, he did a smart thing right here. He got in the throwing lane. For you kids at home, if there's ever a pickoff play behind you, get into fair territory and run into a glove. Denard Span gets into fair territory right there, gets in the throwing lane, and Torrealba can't make a play.
One ball and 2 strikes. Oswalt over 90 pitches now with 1 out in the 5th inning. He has struck out 10. Walt Weiss knows his starter not long for this game just because of the pitches. Adam LaRoche could make it because of the score. One of the great competitors really, though, in this era of pitching, Roy Oswalt. He won 14 games his first full year in the big leagues back in 01. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I see Torrealba pat his glove on the dirt. I don't know if that meant he wants this off-speed pitch in the dirt or he's trying to deke Adam LaRoche.
Adam LaRoche to the gap in right center. This one heading for the scoreboard. It will bring in Span. Rendon right behind him. LaRoche digging for 3. He is in there. 4-0 Washington.
Total deke by Jurvit Torrealba right there, slapping his glove on the ground. LaRoche not biting. He got a fastball up, and I think Torrealba wanted this. Let her higher above. Oswalt threw it right down the middle. LaRoche on it. And the ball drops in front of Colvin. 2-run score. And triples LaRoche gets into third base. He tried to steal a base earlier. Now he throws a triple in the column.
Well, he has 2 this year.
Speed kills.
12 triples in his 10-year Major League career. Nats have doubled their lead, and here comes Jason Worth. They have to play the infield in again. Still only 1 out.
And Jason Worth has not picked up Roy Oswalt at all here tonight.
Pair of strikeouts.
I'm just not seeing it from him.
Worth 15th game now since returning from the disabled list. 15 hits, 9 RBIs, including a couple last night, 4 in the Philadelphia series. No contest in terms of the pitch counts. Worth strikes out. 3rd time tonight. Number 11 for Roy Oswalt, who will now face Ian Desmond. Well, the Rockies are here for 3 more. Steven Strasburg and Tyler Chatwood tomorrow night. At noon Saturday, Dan Heron and Jolise Chassin. And then Ross Detweiler and Jorge De La Rosa in a 1:35 game on Sunday before the Diamondbacks come in after the off day Monday. So there's your next 5. 7-game homestand, 3 in New York, back home for 7 more. Desmond waiting for that breaking ball, didn't miss the chalk line by much. In fact, Rob Drake had to watch out for the hook of that ball.
And the off speed once again. Catches out front, ball down the line, just foul.
Hot corner for the ump. Ian kept the bat back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kind of an unusual night for Roy Oswalt. 11 strikeouts, but 9 hits. Due to bat first in the 6th. They'll be hitting for him and getting that bullpen going. Inside the numbers, Dodge on Desmond. Wearing out Colorado pitching going back to last year.
Those are video game numbers.
As mentioned, 7 out of 10 in the series at Coors Field last week. Temperatures were in the mid-90s the first 2 days we were there. Ball was jumping as much as it ever does there. And Desmond with a fly ball to right field. Michael Kadire, long way to go, and he will get there.
I'll tell you what, Carp, Oswalt gave up 4 runs, but the Rockies have to be pumped about the get and what he's done here tonight.
One of the tough things about being on the road for a long time, we miss these guys. Teddy, Big Bill in the lead, but they've got to stop tonight, pick up some weights.
It's like CrossFit, or what is this?
Yeah, it's kind of an Army
obstacle course.
Obstacle course, weight course, got to do different things. Teddy couldn't even get to 200, and you know those things really weigh 200.
They do, I think.
Yeah, sure they do.
Sports hernia coming.
But then it's George chasing William Howard to the end, but at the cones, they got to crawl the rest of the way. They got to belly up to the finish line here.
Oh.
And with those coconuts, it's not easy to do.
And then the resistance from the keel of the nose.
Oh my gosh, that's painful.
Yeah, I think I'm good. We can stop now.
Better in the box.
Oh goodness!
I mean, that hurt. I'm feeling some rug burn right now. Gordon Pacheco. for Jordan Pacheco, top of the 6th inning. Pinch hitting for Roy Oswalt here. Fastball, Jordan Zimmerman, ever efficient, 65 pitches, 51 strikes.
Oh, goodness.
It looks like the cherry tree fell on him.
It's a lip skid if I ever saw one.
That ball's well hit, right field. Jason Worth over to get it. Do you think they were eating the face of the warning track?
Well played, Carp.
I mean, you know, they're online. They read this stuff.
Right? Well, when they turn into zombies and have a race, I am all in.
I'll let you call that one.
Zombie president's race. Go.
Jordan Zimmerman, 12 consecutive Rockies retired now, since the Todd Helton leadoff single in the 2nd. Tyler Colvin is next, and Jordan has struck him out twice. I like the mixture of everything because he came out firing fastballs. Rockies had 2 solid hits, LeMahieu and Kadire, in the 1st inning. Helton greeted him with a base hit in the 2nd. He said, okay, time to mix it up, boys. Done it beautifully since.
And that's how he's been able to negotiate through lineups 3 and 4 times this year. And you could say what you want about other pitchers in the league, but when you talk about batteries and Jordan Zimmerman and Kurt Suzuki, I challenge you to find one that works better together. And they're like a double play combination that's been turning 2s for 10 years. The rhythm, the tempo, always on the same page, anticipating the pitch before Suzuki puts down the fingers.
David Wright has hit 2 home runs tonight. And a young slugger named Anthony Brown's hit 1. Mets and Braves are tied. As we check the Rockies, and there are the base hits I told you about, but nothing since Todd Helton led off the 2nd. So they had 3 hits, first 6 at bats. Jordan Zimmerman trying to retire now, his 13th consecutive batter. Lombardozzi trying to help. He's right there. Tyler Colvin 0 for 3. That'll bring in DJ LeMahieu. Your mission, our commitment. Visit agilitycorp.com this season and where Jordan ranks in the National League. Now, we told you about these earlier. Coming into this game, the league was only hitting .214 against him. That number did not get him into the top 10, so you can add that to what you're looking at. But that number's going down. Steven Strasburg, who pitches tomorrow night, the league's hitting .208 against him. That's number 10 in the league. But Jordan's on his way down to that number for sure. With a 1-2-3 6th inning. Efficient, powerful, and skillful he is tonight. 20th of the month, Thursday night, gorgeous at Nationals Park. And we like the look of that scoreboard and that line score, too, 4-0 Nats. Send your favorite Nationals to the 84th All-Star Game, Citi Field, July 16th. Vote early, vote often, vote Nationals. You can vote online at nationals.com/vote. Exercise your right as a baseball fan. Here's Adam Ottavino, 27-year-old right-hander. Nats have seen plenty of him. First of all, the 3-game series out there, and here he is again tonight. Nats got him for a run on 2 hits in the 5-1 win Wednesday night in an inning and 2/3 when he relieved Jorge De La Rosa.
Ottavino, 3-pitch guy, fastball, slider change. Guy that relies on movement. And the fastball averages 92 miles an hour.
Steve Lombardozzi has not faced him. Fastball up and away. That's well hit right center. The Nationals are into double digits in hits. And Lombardozzi's going to have a double. Right in between them. He never stopped. And he's 2 for 3 and a great piece of hustle there.
That double was made right out of the box for Lombardozzi. He was thinking, too, the second this ball dropped. Another good at-bat from the Nats left fielder tonight. But right here, he's thinking, too. He's putting his head down. Takes a turn, a little hesitation, and then he puts his head down in a hustle double for Lombardozzi. And just another good at-bat. The swing is short and quick tonight, right to the baseball. A single, a double, and back-to-back at-bats for Lombardozzi. Love the hustle.
Yeah, I think Tyler Colvin was a little surprised. He had waved off Kadire there. Then he looked up and saw a runner streaking towards second. Kurt Suzuki, RBI base hit off the glove of the shortstop Herrera last time. Seven hits in the last 3 innings. And the Nats haven't been without a hit in any inning tonight. There's a wild pitch and a breaking ball. Over by the on-deck circle, Rocky's side. Lombardozzi, third base. Nobody out. We may have to study this one for a while. It's a busy box tonight. Denard Span, Anthony Rendon, both 2 for 3. LaRoche, a couple of hits, including that triple for an RBI. And, of course, the Ian Desmond home run that got the whole thing started. Infield in again. Arenado, Herrera, LeMahieu, and Helton must feel like they're playing in on every hitter here in the middle of the game. Ottavino almost threw that away.
Nice stop by Torrealba right there. I think he would have got the last one too, but it looked like it clipped where the plate meets the dirt and took a funny hop on him on the wild pitch to get Lombardozzi to third.
Breaking ball misses. 3-1. Jordan Zimmerman, no RBIs this year. That could be about to change. Got a little more elevation on that one and dropped it in. 3-2. Mercedes-Benz on the track.
And check out this frisbee right here in a 3-1 count.
Suzuki 0 for 1 against this right-hander. Pops it, center field. Coming in, Tyler Colvin. Lombardozzi, good speed. He will start and stop as Colvin one-hops it home.
Well, you were wondering if up by 4 with Jordan Zimmerman coming to the plate, if Lombardozzi is going to take a chance right there. He decided better of it. Jordan can swing the bat, and we'll see if the suicide or safety squeeze is in play right now.
Yeah, Jordan's an excellent bunter. 5 sacrifices this year. He can also swing it.
The only thing that doesn't add in that equation,
everybody running in case that ball comes back fair and a busted bat foul.
is you don't have a guy that you're guaranteed a strike with on the mound.
Yeah.
You've seen him bounce a couple of pitches this inning. If you're going to put that play on in the suicide variety, meaning Lombardozzi sprints down the line, you got to get it in play. You got to have a strike thrower. Safety squeeze, a different story.
Dan Herron and Gio Gonzalez are the 2 Nationals pitchers with RBIs this year. Good take. Borderline pitch. 101. Why don't we like to explain these baseball terms to you, FP?
Safety squeeze. The runner at third reads the bunt. You try to bunt the ball away from the pitcher. If he sees it down in a place where he can advance, he does. If not, he puts the brakes on and goes back. Suicide squeeze is he's running down the line, you better get the ball down. And the key to a suicide squeeze, for those of you that are wondering, is at third base you can't show it too soon. You have to wait for the pitcher's stride leg to hit the ground before you break at third. If you break before that, you tip it off and a guy get hit in the head.
Jordan Zimmerman drills this ball to right center. Certainly deep enough to score Lombardozzi. So he joins the pitcher's RBI column, and the Nationals lead 5-0.
And a standing ovation for the Nats ace, who comes up big right there with a sac fly. Wow.
Ties him for the staff lead.
I'm telling you, Nats put together a little streak. Fans are going to be dressing like zombies in this ballpark. Count it.
Here comes Span. A little scary to me that real zombies would then have a chance and a place to hide out in public. You're scaring me with these night games.
Well,
I'm going to get an escort to my car.
They're eating somebody's face again here tonight. Long way to go with 3 innings left, but that's how things catch on. Can't create them, they just happen. And last night, Jason Worth walking the talk. Tonight, Jordan Zimmerman getting it done on the mound and at the plate.
Again. Denard Spans had a good night with a base hit and a double. He's pulled both of them with authority. And that's up and away. Counts in his favor, 2-1. Fastball outside. Another guy with 2 hits and a steal and a run, Anthony Rendon. Span like a leadoff man. He's on for the 3rd time.
Well, I'm just going to say 4 good at-bats for Denard, even though he struck out the first time. I'm sure a lot of fans at home are scratching their heads when I say it's a good at-bat when guys make outs. But
they know an explanation's coming.
Well, you make a guy work, you put a good at-bat on him at night, not always results. Doesn't always result in a hit.
And remember the pitch on which he was called out. It was obviously ball 3.
Good call.
Joe West called a strike that was well off the plate. So here's Rendon, 2 for 3. 9 o'clock at Nationals Park, where the Nats are 18-13 on the year, trying to get back to the 500 mark tonight. And they're off to a great start in this 4-game series. 5-0, bottom of the 6th. Span leaning and going. Torrealba's throw is late, and Denard Span rips his 8th bag of the year. The Nats are 2 for 2 tonight.
Yeah, pretty good jump right here. We talked about getting in that rhythm. Good jump by Span. Didn't roll his head, a straight steal all the way. Rendon did a nice job of taking the pitch to allow Span to get to second base. That's what good number 2 hitters do behind leadoff guys. And now Rendon has a chance to knock him in.
Hey, Span has such a big lead at second. I thought he might be heading forward again. 1-1. Nobody really playing close to the bag at all. This is tough for a defense because they have to respect this rookie's ability to drive the ball the other way. Rendon collecting lots of hits. LeMahieu's trying to stay close. Looked like Anthony tried to pull that breaking ball. No chance. 1-2. Pretty good stop by Torrealba, who's been very busy this inning.
He's having a rough ride back there right now, isn't he? Ottavino all over the place with that frisbee, and Torrealba is working hard to keep those in front.
Two. Span running, and a foul ball.
Pretty good jump. I'll tell you what, if Denard Span can start putting together games like he has tonight out of the leadoff spot, look out. Talk about changing the game with your speed, getting on there, creating a little havoc on the bases.
Well, with 2 for 3 tonight, he's batting almost .330 at home now. And a 2-2. Rendon pulls it. Span jumps over it. And he's thrown out by Arenado. So the Nats get another run. Sac fly by Jordan Zimmerman after the Lombo leadoff double.
Ian Desmond solo home run the second, his 11th. Adam LaRoche 2 for 3 with a triple. A couple of RBIs, a run scored. And Jordan Zimmerman against the reigning National League Player of the Week, Carlos Gonzalez. First time up, drops a curveball to get him to pop up to Ian Desmond. Next time up, a pair of 97s, one on the inner half, and this one away for strike 3. So one of the hottest hitters, one of the best hitters in baseball. Jordan Zimmerman has won the first 2 rounds, and here we go with round number 3.
Leading off, the 7th is Gonzalez, who, as I mentioned before the ball game, is hitting .338 against right-handers.
Changeup.
Yeah, for a strike, high in the zone.
Gets you thinking.
Last 2 nights, you better get Gio or Jordan early. They have totally dominated after the early innings. That's right at Adam LaRoche on a hot shot. So Carlos Gonzalez is 0 for 3 and becomes the 15th consecutive hitter retired by Jordan Zimmerman. Tonight's copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals Baseball Club and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Michael Kadire, first inning base hit. A rocket up the middle extended his hitting streak to 18 games. Jordan got him on a comebacker the next time. Mixing things up, just missed up and in with a breaking pitch. Outside corner, that's where the strikes are. It's been that way all night with Joe West. Then he bangs in the fastball at 94. Mercedes will track it.
At 94, but I mean, I think Jordan Zimmerman, the best guy to have on the mound with an umpire like Joe West.
Wow. Strikeout number 7.
Because number 1, he's a strike thrower. Number 2, he's got a great tempo. And number 3, he's never going to show up a home plate umpire. You don't have to play that whole game to where if he looks in there a little bit too long, it might make Joe West angry and he'll squeeze you for a bit. Jordan, very stoic, gets the ball, throws it. You never know whether he's up by 5 or down by 5, and the stuff tonight speaks for itself.
Nolan Arenado is next. He's 0 for 2, line drive to second and the strikeout in the 4th when he didn't think he had gone around.
That's just dirty right there. 84-mile-an-hour slider.
Then you have a guy ending his swing with one hand on the bat.
I mean, even on TV, this looks like a fastball for about 55 feet and hangs a left late.
This will be near the barrier. No chance for Adam LaRoche. Sore hand, but a lot to smile about. He got the souvenir. Pitch count conducive to a deep into the game effort. This is number 82 coming with 2 outs in the 7th. And that one just kind of hanging around the outside corner, and Arenado got good wood on that. Ending a streak of 16 consecutive outs.
Well, he shook off Crash. Did you see that? 3 shakes to the off speed. And I don't think he shook him off all night. Ended up in a base hit.
Now playing in theaters. This is the end. Fastball up and in to Todd Helton. 1 for 2 tonight. He's hit the ball well twice. Hard base hit to right field leading off the second. Then a double play erased him. And he almost got one to the gap in left center. Lombardozzi ran it down in the 5th. So Todd Helton is locked in tonight. 3 line drives for the Rockies. 2 on, 2 out. The guy can still hat, can't he?
Well, he still hit a fastball. If you can still hit a fastball, you can play this game for a long time. You get to the end of your career, the game tends to speed up to where, 91, 92 looks like 191, 192. But Todd Helton, never shy about the heater, can still hit.
39 years young. He'll have a birthday August 20th. Yorvit Torrealba, double play grounder and a swinging strikeout. Zimmerman starts him, first pitch breaker.
Got him on sliders last time. See if they stay with it. Two in a row. And that one kind of backed up. This is supposed to be down and away. This slider backs up a little bit, ends up working out nice.
Jordan Zimmerman this year has gone 7 innings or more 10 times. Just foul tip.
Joe West going to give Kurt Suzuki a second right here. Dust off home plate. They got him on the foul tip.
Wilton Lopez, one of their 6 right-handers. And a bouncing ball. Zimmerman has to back up, but he can win the race to the bag. Jordan Zimmerman, 7 brilliant innings tonight, shutting down a good hitting ball club on 5 hits. 7th inning stretch. And brought to you by your local BMW Center. So good to be home. Don't get to see that anywhere but here. And after a long week and a half in Denver, in Cleveland, and in Philadelphia, the Nats took the bus back, got back late tonight, and I don't know, maybe there will be an effect on that tomorrow, but tonight they look like they are fresh and ready to roll.
Man, how about Jordan Zimmerman? I mean, we're getting so used to this guy going out there dominating every 5th day, especially at home, and he has just been nothing but almost perfect here tonight. I mean, just pounding the strike zone, mixing things up. He's got a nice lead to work with, and the offense has showed up once again here tonight. Nice.
Shelby Miller has an 0.99 ERA at home for his ball club. Jordan came in tonight 1.06. So he could conceivably be under a run per game in his home ERA. He's just found a way to dominate in this park.
Well, it speaks to the mentality, number one. And number two, it speaks to the stuff. Because if you're facing Jordan Zimmerman, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get a fastballer in the count. You're going to get strikes. So there's no real mystery as a hitter. And you're watching every fifth day the best hitters in baseball go up there and are overmatched against the Nats right-hander, who's done a nice job tonight of mixing things up. But you know you're going to get a strike. So the game plan when you face Jordan is hack. Uses that to his advantage a lot.
From one Zimmerman to the other, Ryan will lead off here in the bottom of the seventh, followed by LaRoche and Worth. Ryan has popped up and struck out twice. .93 now, the home ERA for Jordan Zimmerman. So that's the lowest figure in the National League for any pitcher on his home turf. Big breaking ball from Ottavino. Zimmerman tried to stop. Ryan is 0 for 3 with a walk and 3 strikeouts against Adam Ottavino. 0-2 pitch. Adam LaRoche has had a good night. His bat's come alive now. He is 5 for his last 10. And then Jason Worth. And a bouncer. Two-hopper backs up Todd Helton, who's won a couple of Gold Gloves over there. Feeds on to Ottavino for the first out.
How about the night of Adam LaRoche tonight? Yeah, first time up, gets to second base, and the ball trickles away from Jonathan Herrera. Trent Jewett with a good send right here. Close play at the plate. Good pick by Torrealba. Gets the foot in there safe, and then speed kills the triple in the gap for Adam LaRoche. A little misplay by Colvin out there. All the way to third with a triple. Has to try to steal a base tonight. Look out.
Adam LaRoche now hitting .247. Has come a long way from his very tough April and a big part of May. Hitting around .320 now over his last 44 games. Your cleanup guy's got a dirty uniform tonight. That's a good thing. He lashes one to right, and Adam LaRoche is 3 for 4.
Boy, he's streaky, huh?
Boy, when his timing's on, who's better?
That's what I'm saying. Timing's right. One of the toughest outs in the league. And a good sign for the offense when the cleanup guy is starting to get locked in. Last couple of nights, he's back.
He's right at .250 with that base hit. Jason Worth happy that Roy Oswalt has retired for the night. As FP noted, just didn't look like Jason could see the release point from Roy. Struck out 3 times. He faces Ottavino now. Takes that one in there. Worth is 0 for 2 against this right-hander. In his final inning of work, he is due to bat second in the 8th. Rockies have their bullpen working. Counts even, 1-1. They're in the top of the 7th at Atlanta. Mets and the Braves are still tied. Mets trying to take care of their own business here and get back to the 500 mark. A lot of hitting room right side. He's got to protect on 1-2 here. That's well out there, and the count even. Ian Desmond got the Nats going tonight with a 1-out home run in the second. About 2/3 of the way up the blue seats beyond the left field foul pole. Great way to come to the ballpark is with all your buddies. Bring your group. Company outings, birthday parties, family reunions. Bigger the group, the bigger the savings. Go to nationals.com/groups for more information about group opportunities and discounts. And Jason Worth able to get a piece of that one to stay alive at 2-2. On base his last 3 times last night. 2 RBI singles. Walked ahead of the Desmond grand slam. And a big breaking ball strikes him out for the 4th time. That'll bring in Ian Desmond with 2 outs. Make sure you never miss a defining moment of the action. Sign up now for Nationals alerts delivered direct from Masson to your mobile phone. Text Nationals to 29292. Davey Johnson said today that they thought about putting Roger Bernardini in the lineup tonight. He had that thing in his eye yesterday, and Davey said when they found out Roger couldn't read the GPS to find the eye doctor's office, he thought it might be better to play Lombardozzi tonight.
Goodness.
But hopefully Roger will be okay. You know, Davey'd like to get him back in there. Roger's swinging the bat better.
Had good numbers against Oswald Career, who's trying to get him in there tonight.
Yeah, he had the press conference on the floor with that one at 4:15 this afternoon. Pretty hard to see a baseball if you can't find the doctor's office, right?
He couldn't see the ball in batting practice yesterday in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I talked to Roger after the game last night. He said when he woke up yesterday, his eye was red and he just totally irritated. At times had a hard time keeping it open. One. Desmond in the air, right side. DJ LeMahieu. And the Nats are gone in the 7th. They've stranded 7, but they've scored 5. Jordan Zimmerman's taking care of the rest. Systems, the leader in reducing wasteful spend through disruptive technology. Great military night here at the ballpark. Look at the skill and the handiwork right there. Nice relaxing music right before you have to go up and face Jordan Zimmermann again, huh? 89 pitches, an amazing 69 strikes. Jonathan Herrera, then a pinch hitter, Josh Rutledge, then the top of the order here in the 8th for the Rockies. There's Josh Rutledge, 24-year-old infielder, called up last week when Troy Tulowitzki got hurt. That's going to be a big absence for the Rockies for a while in that lineup. You look at the National League stat sheet, Tulo all over the place. 2nd in average, 5th in homers, 5th in RBIs, whole bunch of other categories, plus the amazing shortstop he plays. Rockies will miss him. 0-2. Zimmermann simply overpowering Herrera. Can of corn left field. Lombardozzi.
So if you're Bruce Bochy, who's your starter for the All-Star game?
Ian Desmond.
On the mound.
Oh.
But I like what you're thinking. I like
we were talking about Tulo.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a great question.
Wainwright has 10 wins. Jordan trying to hang on here tonight for his 10th.
Clayton Kershaw has a 1.84 ERA. Corbin from Arizona, 9 wins. Lance Lynn. Cliff Lee.
Shelby Miller, 8 wins.
How about Jason Marquis with the Padres winning 9? Take your pick.
I don't think Marquis has the secondary numbers. I mean, he's done what it's taken to win games for San Diego, but you look at the ERA guys. Wainwright, 10 wins, 2.37. Kershaw, 1.84, but he's nowhere to be found in the wins category.
Yeah.
I mean, you might be looking at him right there. Bruce Bochy could do worse than to start that guy in the All-Star game.
How about a first inning in the All-Star game? 12 pitches, 12 strikes.
I like it.
He could do it. There's a breaking ball away. 2, Josh Rutledge from Birmingham, Alabama. Rockies' 3rd rounder 3 years ago. He is a Crimson Tide who played college ball. All-SEC guy at Tuscaloosa. 274 in a 73-game call-up last year. He was playing for a lot for the Rockies after the break in 2012. Remember one of these live bats they called up. 348 at Colorado Springs this year. 306 at Tulsa the year before that. Jordan nearing 100. Trying to go 8 innings or more for the 6th time this year. Front door, and he just missed with 77. Kinetic North America, and we've said tonight, FP, outside corners where the strikes are.
Yeah, threw a curveball right here, backed up a little bit. I think Joe West got it absolutely right, a little bit down.
3-2 pitch. First time he walks anybody tonight. With 1 out in the 8th. Hasn't given the Rockies anything free until right there. Tyler Colvin will be next, and Jordan's retired him 3 times.
Well, if he wants to get to that finish line, he needs a ground ball right here, right now. Looked like Steve McCaddy was going to the phone.
Double play in the 2nd inning saved him some pitches. There's a slow roller. Rendon will turn, and Desmond drops it. Runner going to 3rd. Anthony tried to make a difficult play there to get the lead runner, and now the Nats don't get either. We'll see if they rule it a fielder's choice and an error.
Boy, Anthony Rendon right here, the more he plays second base, he'll realize when the ball takes it to your left and it's not hit hard, don't try to make the great play, just get an out. And that's what Jordan Zimmermann needs right now, is outs. That's what the Nationals need. And it came from a good place. He's thinking preserve the shutout. Wants to get the double play, thinking about Jordan going the distance, but certain times you can't force it, and that's the first time we've seen him make a mistake at second base.
Fielder's choice, E4 First and third, one out. DJ LeMahieu makes the Nats pay. Base hit. Rockies on the board. The Nats bullpen starts to work, and it's a 5-1 game. And LeMahieu 2 for 4 tonight. Things get tougher now. Here's Carlos Gonzalez. Tyler Clippard and Fernando Abad. Suddenly tying runs in the on-deck circle here in the 8th inning.
And we've talked about it before, Carp, on, when you're on the other side of the infield and now things are backward for Rendon to where he's got to catch the ball and go the other way. I don't know if the decision was that bad, but he lost his footing.
Yeah.
So it was more the footwork than the actual decision. I think if he keeps his feet right here, he makes a good feed. But watch his feet right here.
Yeah.
Back foot slides out from underneath him, and that caused the throw to go low. We haven't seen a bad throw from him yet at second base, and it was based on, the right decision was to go to first, and I'm sure Anthony would tell you that right now based on what happened. But if he keeps his feet, I think he gets the force out. I would love to hear this conversation between Joe West and Steve McCatty. And there's some cracking. Jordan Zimmerman's cracking up.
Well, Joe West he broke up the infield conference, and then Steve McCatty comes out.
And Joe West shaking his head, going back behind the plate.
Guys like you making these games long, said Joe West. Jordan says, hey, I've been working fast all night. Come on. So first and second, still only one out because of that error. And look out here, Carlos Gonzalez. How often does he go 0 for 4? He went up hacking. Jordan didn't throw him the first pitch fastball, and he was over the top of it.
Well, he's thinking home run number 22 and RBI number 60.
Top 5 homers in the league. Gonzalez, Dominic Brown, Paul Goldschmidt, Carlos Beltran, and Troy Tulowitzki. Boy, Justin Upton has disappeared from the home run race. That ball out of play to the left side, and 0-2. Bryce Harper still only one home run out of the top 10 in the National League. Oh for 3 tonight with a strikeout. Pitch up, and Carlos trying to jump on that one. That's trying to hold on to a big lead here as the Mets take the lead in the 7th at Atlanta 4-3. Good block by Suzuki, off speed outside and low. Nats have given an extra out in this inning to a good hitting ball club.
I think Davey Johnson just trying to ride his horse right here to get through the heart of the Rockies order. And right now Jordan Zimmerman is redlining on cruise control to this point. Having to reach back now with pitch number 107 coming against one of the better hitters in the National League.
Started this inning 1 out ago with 89 pitches. And Gonzalez keeps fouling them off.
Boy, if he could just plant that slider on the inner half of the plate, you think that part's open, but the danger of going in there is you got to get it in there. Started on the inner third, break it at his back knee. That's been the out pitch for Jordan primarily tonight. You see Michael Kadire lurking on deck.
Swing and a miss on 88 away. He pulled the string on the big power hitter. What a time for strikeout number 8.
Well, he went deep into his arsenal right there. Changeup. Only throws it 4% of the time, but in the biggest part of this ball game, you can see Cargo right there thinking about a home run, pull swing to a changeup away, way out in front, and a huge strikeout, a big situation for Jordan Zimmerman.
One of the better right-handed batters in the league now, Michael Kadire, singled hard up the middle first time. Since Zimmerman has grounded him out in a comebacker and struck him out swinging. So does he have one more reach back at bat here to get this thing to the bottom of the 8th? Just off the inside corner. Strike 2.
Yeah, everything you got left in the tank. Crowd going to get into it right here. 2 strikes, 2 outs. They cheer their right-hander along, who's been amazing here once again at home against the Rockies.
Nice crowd to its feet in the 8th. Got him! Down and in! 95 again! 8 innings, at least for the 6th time this year. 9 Ks by Jordan Zimmerman, in line for his 10th win of the year. And it would be one of the earliest 10 in the history of this franchise.
Fifth day, but 7 1/3 inning tonight for Jordan with stuff. The last 2/3 pure guts as the tank is empty and just going back, reaching back to whatever he's got. Unbelievable pitch right here to Gonzalez, a changeup. He's thrown about 3 of those all night long, and then to Kadire just goes 2-seam heat. Here it is, hit it. So 7 1/3 on stuff. The last 2/3 on heart and guts, and he deserves, without a doubt, the standing ovation from the fans. Another great night here at Nats Park for Jordan Zimmerman. Unbelievable.
And not only that, he helps you set up your bullpen for the rest of the series. You're playing a 4-game series against one of the better hitting clubs in the league. And you get 8 innings on the first night from your ace. Toyota K's for Kids. 9 of them by Jordan tonight. And the D.C. area Toyota dealers helping children and their families with $37 for every strikeout to the Children's Inn at the National Institutes of Health. Thanks to our D.C. area Toyota dealers, K's for Kids. Left-hander Rex Brothers, 25 years of age, 75 games for the Rockies last year. Busy for them this time around. This will be his 34th appearance. He has 3 saves and functioning as their closer with Rafael Betancourt on the DL. Bottom of the 8th underway as Lombardozzi batting right-handed shows bunt. Steve tonight 2 for 3. And he's now 7 for his last 22. Logan Kensing, former Net for a brief period of time, major league time before that with the Marlins. Lombardozzi can have some long ABs.
And you got to give him credit too for taking advantage of opportunity. And also, Carpet, something we haven't really talked about. When your wingman gets sent down or your wingman gets traded, like Tyler Moore, they can really have an effect on a ball player. Guys that do everything every day, come to the ballpark together, have lunch together, have dinner together on occasion. And then your guy gets sent down, and now all of a sudden you're lost. Like, you know, who's your guy? Who do you hang out with? That can have a big effect on a lot of players. I know there was times in my career where my best friend got traded, and it wasn't easy. Lombardozzi, to his credit, keep working hard, taking advantage of getting in there and getting the job done.
This guy at times can be almost impossible to strike out. 3 at-bats tonight, 160 official at-bats this year, 19 times he has struck out. So he's going to be one of those career 80 to 85% contact guys. That's a nasty breaking ball down and in. That's about the only way you get him. 2 for 4 tonight for Lombardozzi, though. MLB.com at Bat, #1 source for live baseball. iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry. Delivers Nats baseball with live audio, pitch tracking, stats, news, and highlights. Text at Bat to 31826 or visit Nationals.com. Kurt Suzuki steps in. Kurt tonight, the big base hit back in the 4th gave the Nationals a 2-0 lead. And Chris Marrero in a moment will hit for Jordan Zimmerman. Nats will go into the bottom of into a final inning, they hope, with Soriano. 2nd night in a row in a non-save situation, but he needs work. Didn't pitch a whole lot on the road trip, so he's fresh and ready to go.
He's the heart of the order.
Adam LaRoche, the big man tonight, 3 for 4. Top of the order's gotten it done. Some of the guys at the bottom chipping in. Target in. Suzuki to short. Jonathan Herrera. 2 outs. Tyler Chatwood. This kid's off to a good start. He's young and he's 4-1 with a 2.33 ERA. Hasn't given up a homer in 7 starts this year. Steven Strasburg on the way back. Tough luck loss at Cleveland with no run support. 1 hit, 1 error in 5 innings. We'll get you going at 6:30. Johnny and Ray here at the ballpark. Nats Extra. And then game 2 of this 4-game series.
It's a big right-hander. Not Adam the Bat Boy. He's a little right-hander. Big right-hander in the background.
Adam's sneaky, though. Look out.
He's got a good changeup.
Chris Marrero as a pinch hitter, 0 for 3. In this stint with the Nats, still looking for his first base hit. He's 0 for 9. He'll hop back from that pitch low and in. 112 pitches, 87 strikes for Jordan Zimmerman, who goes 8 and gives the Rockies 1 run on 6 hits. And they're calling that an unearned run because of Rendon's throwing error. If he gets that out at second base, then they don't get the earned run on the run by LeMahieu. So that ERA 0 tonight, and that 1.06 going down into the 0.90 vicinity, which would be the best in the league.
I came in at 2.44 tonight, jumping all the way up there from 2.00 his last start previously going to the Cleveland start.
Pardon me, FB. I've got him at 2.26 right now. And Marrero strikes out. 1-2-3 inning for Rex Brothers. Soriano to face Arenado, Helton, and Torrealba. Straight ahead.
Nationals, as we go to the top of the 9th, Rockies' last chance, and they had a number of chances against Jordan Zimmerman tonight, but he came up big once again. And you knew the fastball was going to have life to it, especially after only 88 pitches his last start. Came out with some serious hop on the heat, 95-97. Slider was good when he needed it. Curveball for strikes, but the secondary pitch tonight for Jordan was the slider. It was tight and it was late, and it was a nice compliment to that running fastball he featured. And maybe the biggest pitch of the night, the changeup to Carlos Gonzalez for the strikeout in a big situation.
Steve Lombardozzi no longer in left field. Roger Bernardina.
I was thinking about it. Sharks don't need to see, they smell, so he's going to be fine out there.
What do they say? 1 drop of blood in like 9,800 square miles of ocean?
He's good.
No problem. Soriano. He gave up a hit in the bottom of the 11th in Philadelphia last night. Michael Young got him for a base hit. And he will face Nolan Arenado here to lead off the top of the 9th. play right side. Julie with a note on our bullpen.
Yeah, guys, I got a chance to catch up with Ryan Matthews earlier today, who broke his right hand, if you remember, back on May 19th when we were in San Francisco after punching his locker. But his hand is finally out of its cast, and he's working on grip strengthening exercises using a bucket full of rice. He played catch today for the first time. No timetable on when he might be back, but good to see he started rehabbing. And as far as Roger Bernardina, I caught up with him just about 5 minutes ago here in the dugout, and he said that he went to the optometrist. There is no infection in his eye. He just had something in there. They flushed it out. He said he's feeling much better. Good to see him back on the field.
Good to get Ryan Matthews back, and here's some Katy Perry at the ballpark again. Beard's coming in strong.
Well, Soriano gets one out with the help of a good play down in the corner by Jason Worth. He'll face Todd Helton, who's 1 for 4 career with a walk against him. And the Nats are 2 outs away from that 500 mark. A note on Jordan Zimmerman. If he gets the win, he would tie Lee Vaughn for the quickest to 10 wins in the history of the Nats. Lee Vaughn did it on June 20th. This very date in 2005. Gio took him forever last year, June 26th. So that would be nice in the fastest to 10 wins category. And for Jordan, this would actually be 1 fewer start than Lee Vaughn's 16 back in 05, the Nats' inaugural season. So some good things in the offing here. Soriano has business to take care of with Todd Helton now, a count of 2 balls, 1 strike. Todd Helton's had some great swings this evening. 2 singles, robbed of an extra base hit by Lombardozzi. Out in left center. And by the way, if you're keeping a score, that Bernardina switch with Lombardozzi straight up in the number 7 spot. Two-two pitch. Before the Nats and Rockies play tomorrow, Mid-Atlantic Sports Report takes you up to Nats Extra from 5 to 6:30. Rob Long, Dave Johnson, Mel Anton, and Phil Wood, all your Nats news and notes. They'll go beyond the Beltways for the biggest headlines from around baseball. 5 to 6:30 on Masson tomorrow, Mid-Atlantic Sports Report. Good crowd tonight, by the way. 31,927. And we hear lots of $1 ice cream novelties consumed tonight.
Some faces, too.
Hopefully that'll be a nightly thing. 2-2. Breaking ball just stayed out there.
I tried to backdoor the slider right here at 83, and it just backed up a little. Suzuki tried to sell the call.
In the air to left for Roger Bernardina. He can see clearly now. 1 out to go.
Not just to catch the one in the middle. There was probably 3 balls coming at the Shark right there. Just pick the one out in the middle, catch it, all's good.
Yeah, that's nice. Nationals trying to win their 19th home game of the year against 13 losses. Get back to 500 against the West and overall. Torrealba, the hitter. Strike 1. Nats haven't beaten the Rockies 3 in a row since 05 in August. Colorado had won 12 out of 16 in this ballpark over the years. Nats trying to take care of part of that right here. 1-1. Torrealba career against Soriano 0 for 6. 3 strikeouts. right in there. 1-2. Good crowd welcoming the boys back home. And a hot shot. Rendon knocks it down. Game over. Torrealba couldn't believe he was thrown out on that play.